This is MATLAB, and this is the command window of MATLAB, and I think today I will only show this. So command window is like the calculator or the command window of your Texas Instruments calculator. The good thing is you can do many computations right here, and it's like calculator because if you do something, it will give you the answer. Okay, so what I did, A is equal to 2. Now A here, this is the workspace, and you can see the recorded or the variables that is in your graph. Okay, so what is the advantage compared to C? So what I did something different. Yeah, I didn't define it as an integer or double. I just made A is equal to 2. When you do this, MATLAB automatically performs this operation by itself. So it has a meaning if you do it in the C. And the good thing is, A is 2, but it's not integer, it is double. By definition, every element is a double, and it's even matrix. Because MATLAB stands for Matrix Laboratory, and it is good for matrix computations. Even it's MATLAB slow for classical operations, for the matrix computations, it can be much faster than even C. Because they don't provide their source. Let's try to... Okay, I hope it records my sound. Okay, so this is A is 2. So what can I do? I will do as another thing. So what is different? I make A is equal to 3 with comma delimiter. Now it doesn't publish anything. But if I do this, A is 3. Okay, this is the difference in MATLAB. If you use this, it makes the computation, but it won't publish. It's like, but if you do this, A is equal to 2, and if you don't put the comma with the dot, if you do this, it will basically automatically execute the printf command in C. So if you want to publish this in the command window, you just don't use this, and it will give you the answer. So now A is 3. Okay, so okay, what should I do? What you want me to do? Good, but it is the next chapter. Yes.
Semikolonu kurduktan sonra bizim workspace'imizdeki A'yı 3'e çeviriyor mu yoksa?
Yes, because when I just printed A and enter, it is 3. If I add B and print it, it says that undefined function or variable. There is no B. When you do this, A is equal to 3, it changes the number A in the workspace, and it's here. Let's look at here, and if you can see something. A is double and it's 3. You can double click it, and as you can see, it shows A in a matrix. In a big matrix, it is a single number. So for many computer packages, this is kind of redundant. But MATLAB is based on matrix computation, so it does this. Now I need to get rid of this. Okay. So, and also there is a nice thing. Here it gives... Okay, so the first thing is this. You just print A, it's 3. Okay. So you want me to use if statement. Okay, good. We can do that. But it is, let me write this. Because they're good, you can do that in command window, but they're more like kind of embedded in the M files, or which is basically functions. Okay, so what we can do using this command window, we can do many things. Okay, so let's assume that R1 is a resistance, and it's 1 ohm. And R2 is 2 ohm. Okay. So what I want to do then? Let's assume that R1 and R2 is connected in series. What will be the equivalent resistance? R1 plus R2. I use this. I have R equivalent. Now I have A, R1, R2, and R equivalent. So let's check the R equivalent. As you can see, what's that? It's not a big deal. It's 3. Good. So we can do summation. Now let's do resistance in parallel plus R equivalent is equal to, what's the formula? 1 over R1,
That's 1 over
R2, okay.
complex.
Okay, so how can I do that? It's like C. I do this. Okay. Okay, I think it's correct. Let's change R1 as 1, not 2 also. Let's compute the same thing. As you can see, it's 1. Okay, so this is one way of taking the inverse. I can also do this, which is something I think you will like it because you cannot do it easily in MATLAB. You do this. Okay, so in order to take the inverse, you can basically use the power operator. So in other words, what we learned, use power operator. So let's assume that B is equal to R1 to the power minus 2. We can do minus 2, we can do 2. So taking the power is really easy. The basic idea is that the syntax of MATLAB for doing mathematical computations is really easy. In C, what we do is we use the power package. We write this power R1, for example, times 2, power 2. As you can see, MATLAB say that we don't have something like this, but we have a function called power2 and you can use this. So what is power2? I write help. Help is a built-in MATLAB function. power2, and it gives me the syntax and details of this function. Power2 is base 2 power and scale floating point number. So if we write this, for example, x is equal to power 2y, for each element of 5 is 2 raised to the power of 5. So what we can do is, for example, power 2 of R1, we get 4. Power 2 of E, so it's a different thing. For each element of the real array, an integer, it like this, and it comes to this computation. So basically, this is also good. So this is the same function, but this function can take one input or two inputs. And based on two inputs, it can do a different thing. So the best thing to understand what the MATLAB does is not memorize. Just use the help function. So these are built-in functions that you can use. Okay, so we know how to take resistors in parallel series. What we can do? So let's assume that we have a series resistors, but we have many of them. So how we can, for example, store them in C? What is the best way? Is it this? R1 is equal to 1, R2 is equal to 3. Yeah, this is kind of, we can do that, but it's not good because we will try to store n many elements. So what I do is, I call it Rn is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Rn is an array and the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you can see, since I didn't use the elementary comma, it published all of the answers. And basically, Rn is a row vector. It's a matrix in MATLAB, and you can see here Rn, if I double click it, it is stored in Excel-like file. Okay, this is how one way of creating an array in MATLAB. Now the question is, how can reach the information of the third element of Rn? Rn, yep. Okay, so good.
0 olduğu için değil mi? 0, 1 diye mi sayıyor?
Good thing. Okay, so what is your guess?
0 diye sayısı 0 olurdu.
Okay, so I prefer 0, but in MATLAB it is 1. If you make it 0, it says that the script either real positive integers or logicals. So it doesn't accept 0. So in MATLAB it starts with 1. So yes, this is an array. 2. So Rn2 is equal to 2. Rn3 is equal to 3. Okay, so let's assume that we want to create this Rn in a vector form. Then column vector, not row vector. Rn is equal to, okay, so this is like a magic. What I do is, I only press this button, the upper arrow. If you do that, it remembers that in the previous stage, I entered Rn, empty space, and comma, and if I click it, it remembers the last operation that I did. So how can I create a vector here? I do this.
Noktalı işaret.
Yep. No? Perfect. Yes. The thing is, you kind of assume something, and MATLAB does. Almost all of the things, MATLAB is a built-in function. So I did this, but I can also do this. Rn is equal to Rn transpose. Okay, so basically if you use this, it takes transpose. You can also use this, transpose. Transpose. Okay, so transpose and transpose. This is good. Okay, so the thing is, I didn't like the messiness here. If I write another hitting here, like R1 is equal to 1, something like that, it just kind of messes my workspace. What I do is, I do this CLC, and it cleans this part. But one thing important, my workspace is still here. So I can reach all of the variables from the workspace. But if I use this clear, I lost everything. Clear clears everything in your workspace. Now it is a blank method. This is important because since I'm kind of fast in writing and sometimes kind of mix the clean CLC and clear, and sometimes I clear my workspace. So be careful and you can lose everything. And this is one of the reasons sometimes it's bad to work in the command window. Okay, so what can I do? What should I do next? Okay, you want a matrix. So what's your suggestion? How can I create the matrix?
İşte benim gibi yapalım hocam.
Good. So this is our and. So matrix. Okay, so A. A is my matrix.
Yazsana.
So how can I write this?
3-1 sonra noktalı
Good. This is good. You're doing nice induction. You can -1, this one, -4, 7, -1.
Üçte bir mi koyuyor?
Yes. And you should be careful. If you don't do that, it will give you an error. 2, -3, and 1. Okay. Matrix. Okay, let's find B. B is a vector with 12, 0, 0. I really like this. And let's look at B. Oh, it's wrong because I want its vector. So it is transpose B. Transpose B. Okay, I like it. I misspelled it and it changed. Okay, so I have A, I have B, and this is name. It has in a, like couple of years back.
Normal çarpma işlemini mi çarptırıyoruz peki?
Ama sen bekle.
Okay, you can do that. That's A times B. The good thing is MATLAB, when it's multiplication, when they are matrices, performs matrix multiplication. So you don't need a built-in other different functions. This is the good thing about using MATLAB for scientific purposes. You don't need to write or use different kind of packages. Times is, if it's scalar, it will be scalar multiplication. If it's metric, it will matrix multiplication. But the thing is, we don't need this. We need A inverse B. So what is your suggestion? How can I compute A inverse?
Hocam üzerine eksilir.
Yes, we can do that. This is the good thing. It's matrix. And if I do that, I will get the same answer. No, but we don't need that. So what I want is this times B. Okay, as you can see, we thought the volt is correct.
Ağzı hepsine neyi çarptık?
I means times B. This is it. So this is A. This is B.